The broken wing. The dragon wasn't supposed to survive. That's what the Galactic Syndicate decided after the experimentation failed. Bioengineering a flight-capable weapon using ancient draconic DNA hadn't gone as planned. The wings were malformed. The energy core unstable. The creature too small, too soft. So they abandoned it, left it in a derelict cargo dome on a drifting asteroid, light years from any trade lane. There it waited, alone, in the dark, until a girl named Tessa broke into the wrong ship. Tessa made her living scavenging old war wrecks and forgotten freight hulls. 13 years old, quick with a plasma torch, and even quicker with her mouth. She didn't believe in fate or destiny. But that day, she'd run from pirates and ducked into a derelict cruiser half fused to an asteroid. No life signs, no lights, just ghosts of a forgotten experiment. She was about to pry a power core from the wall when she heard it, a soft, hiccuping noise, like crying. She followed the sound to the halls, deeper and colder, until she found the dome. Inside was the creature, curled in a nest of scrap and wire. Not metal, not robot, not entirely organic. Dragon-shaped. It had shimmering scale plates that flickered faintly with starlight, a slender snout, and a single broken wing that dragged behind it like dead fabric. One of its horns had been shattered. When it saw her, it growled and whimpered. Tessa raised her hands. "I'm not here to hurt you." It didn't understand her words, but it understood her tone. It stopped growling. Tessa stepped forward. "What were you?" The dragon blinked. Its eyes shimmered between blue and violet. She saw a tag burned into its collar. D7 Arc. D7, huh? She muttered. That's not a name. It tilted its head. She dug in her pocket, pulled out a protein bar, and unwrapped it. "Want some?" She tossed it. It sniffed, then ate, eagerly, messily, joyously. And then it took a hesitant step toward her. A second, and nuzzled her leg. Tessa blinked. "You poor thing." She named him Ark, and smuggled him off the wreck. The next month was chaos. Tessa had nowhere to go but her makeshift freighter, the Drift Rat, and Ark barely fit in the med bay. He didn't talk, but he learned quickly. His tail had a habit of knocking over tools. His wings still didn't work. But he watched her, always watching, and tried to mimic everything she did. He hummed when she sang, growled when she stubbed her toe, and when she had nightmares about the pirates who killed her brother, he curled around her and warmed the cold out of her bones. He didn't breathe fire, but sometimes when he was frightened, he glowed like a living star. One day, while flying low over the forested moon of Talia V, Tessa spotted a glint of chrome, a Syndicate outpost. "Just a recon sweep," she told Arkansas. "We're not going in." But Ark leaned forward, growling softly. He knew the place, knew it from long ago. It was where they made him, where they broke him, and something called him back. Tessa left the Drift Rat cloaked on the ridge and crept in alone. She didn't expect to be caught. Didn't expect him to scan her, detain her, and find traces of Ark's biosignature on her jacket. Didn't expect to wake up in a containment cell. "You have something of ours," said the lead scientist, a narrow-eyed alien in pale robes. "Specimen D7 Arc. It was never meant to escape." "You abandoned him," she spat. "He was dying alone on a rock." "He was defective," the scientist said coolly, "but we'll take him back now. The data in his cells is invaluable." "You're monsters." "No, child. We are gods compared to what we created." They tracked Ark's location through the bond. He sensed her distress. And when they opened the hangar doors to retrieve him, he roared. Not a small sound, not a cry, a thunderclap of ancient fury. Ark had grown stronger. He flew despite the broken wing, using energy pulses from his core to lift himself. Unstable, wild, Beautiful. The guards fired plasma rounds. Ark dodged midair, his scales refracting the blasts. Tessa, still in her cell, shouted through the glass, "You don't have to do this. You don't have to be what they made you." Ark landed hard, in front of her, eyes glowing, wings sparking. Then he reared back and blasted the door. Tessa covered her eyes. When the smoke cleared, he stood beside her, panting. "Okay," she said, "let's wreck this place and go home." Together, they ran. They didn't fight like warriors. They fought like survivors. Ark knocked down walls. Tessa hacked doors. The lab burned behind them. The scientists tried to flee in a shuttle, data core in hand. Tessa jumped on the hull and ripped it open. Ark dove in after her. When they left, there was nothing behind them but flame and ruin. They flew for weeks. The Syndicate hunted them, but the stars were vast. And somewhere in the quiet drift between systems, Ark curled beside her and finally slept without pain. His wing didn't heal perfectly, but it worked. And when he flew, people looked up, not in fear, but in awe. Years passed. Legends grew. A girl and her dragon, defying Syndicate science. Bonded by something beyond genes, beyond programming. Something real. People call them rebels, heroes, freaks. Tessa didn't care. She just looked at Ark and smiled. "You're not broken," she whispered once, laying her head against his side. "You're perfect, just the way you are." And Ark, eyes shimmering, hummed back in a voice only she could hear,